Hello everyone, this is Vida Schmidt, live from the Berlin studio. Today, my special guest is Enrico Bagnasco, CEO at Sparkle, a very special guest and successful leader and visionaire. Today with us for the consecutive fourth year, and sharing more updates from the Sparkle world of technology and wholesale. Very good morning, Enrico. How are you doing today?
Morning, Vida. Thank you for this opportunity. We're doing fine. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my and our CC team great pleasure to have you today with us, and a great honor again to be in front of camera with you together and welcome you back. It has been wonderful to have you today with us to share new milestones, new progresses, new developments within Sparkle. Last year, you shared with us some significant milestones reached within the company, ranging from the submarine projects to data center, growth of IP transit traffic, and to name a few projects, your Blue Ramon system, Equiano, and as well as the new data center in Panama. And today, myself and the entire audience are looking forward to hear more about the latest developments and highlights over the past 12 months. Please share with us, Enrico.
Thank you, Vida, with pleasure. First, I'd like to say that indeed the last 12 months since we met again have been very, very busy on a lot of infrastructure deployment and network deployment. So Sparkle is in the fourth consecutive year of heavy investment in refurbishment and extension of the network of the company infrastructure. Blue Ramon remains the most significant, both in terms of investment, for sure, in terms of complexity, and in terms of business, the most relevant project. I'm happy to share that we've done a significant step forward in spite of the very complex geopolitical situations around the route Blue Ramon is completing indeed. So on the Ramon piece, we have completed and ready to activate the segment that will connect the two landings in Oman with Mumbai, which is a big chunk. And we are in the process, finally, I would say, to complete the Mediterranean lane of the remaining segments. We have a firm plan, but given the situation and given the many complexity in the area, I really would like just to leave you with a teaser and come back to you with a final confirmation when the job is done. Okay, as they say, until it's done, it's not done. So this is a teaser. We are very focused on the completion, and hopefully in a few weeks we'll come back with the confirmation. So that will be a very, very significant step forward. On the other hand, and on the other side of the globe, we are progressing very, very smoothly in the new submarine systems we have launched last year, which is Manta. So Manta will connect two landings in Mexico, two landings in Florida with Panama and in Colombia. A very articulated project. We are on track. We are on track with all the survey design. We're on track also with very interesting pre-sale activity. So we are very, very happy for that. And we're also very happy that we received the LATAM Regional Connectivity Operator of the Year award at the recent CC Global Awards. That testifies the value and the interesting, again, proposition of this cable, which is, again, not only more connectivity in the region, but it's always in our case, the identification of new routes, in particular the connectivity between the north of Mexico and the north of Florida will be a brand new route open in that area of the globe that is very, very relevant for the many deployments that are ongoing in the US, in the Atlanta region for data centers. And as we know, the combination of data center and submarine cable is the winning combination for deployment. We also have announced publicly a new project on the Europe, Africa, Middle East, and Asia route, the AAE2. We are progressing well in collecting new participation and securing landings and, let me say, funding for the projects. So it remains a stable announcement. Confirmation will follow shortly. But again, we are ready also, and this will be by the end of this year, so in the very next few months, we'll be ready also to announce the final, let me say, the official start of our GridMed project. GridMeds, again, identify a new route, the first cable crossing the Adriatic Sea to connect Europe and Milano in particular with Middle East. We have announced this a few months ago, and again, I can anticipate that we'll be ready to make an official starting by the end of this year. Then there are more, let me say, organic growth. New POP in Mexico, in Querétaro, in Brasilia, in San Diego, so Brazil and US. New POP in Europe, Salonico, Greece, Helsinki, very recently. So that's part of the organic network deployment that we do regularly.
Thank you so much, Enrico. Pretty busy past 12 months, I would say. And thank you for this, for the major updates. And we wish Sparkle team under your strong leadership a successful journey ahead.
Thank you.
Enrico, in our last conversation, you highlighted a few initiatives within the company around AI, SD-WAN, and also developing end-to-end expertise. With the digital transformation moving in a very fast pace, how are these initiatives evolving, and are there any new technologies you're deploying to further enhance the customer experience and efficiency?
I would like to outline four areas of service, new services and new, let me say, technology. Both on the internal adoption side as well on the market availability side. First of all, we continue very interesting and successful internal deployment of AI technology. So in that case, we are users of AI, and we have been using AI quite extensively now to simplify and automate a lot of management tasks, particularly network operation. So there is a lot of network operation tasks related to the surveillance of the network, related to the customer care activity that are now almost run by AI applications, which means we can use the skill and knowledge of our people to do the more sophisticated task. A huge amount of basic, email, documentation, readiness, and other stuff are done through automation. So that's interesting. And we have moved to more sophisticated tasks. Just to give you an idea, all our software upgrades of our IP routers worldwide are now run through AI-driven programs, which means that tasks that used to take a lot of time, a lot of people overnight to update one after the other all our router and check the stability of the new updates, is now run automatically. Okay, so a task that would use a good number of people for maybe 5 or 6 weeks over time is now running with just a small team for supervision in a matter of hours. Indeed, we were, let me say, cautious, because when you start using AI not just to simplify operational tasks, but to work actively on the network you need and you want to be cautious, but the results are very good. So more will come. On the offer side, let me mention three items. One is the quantum safe offer. I think we have understood for some times now, not just us, the market requires more and more security as an embedded facility on top of connectivity. And there are basic offers we do SD-WAN, then SASE. But the quantum safe, I think on the quantum safe, we took the lead. We managed to define a solution which is now in service. So it's no longer let me say, a demonstration tool, is no longer a test, is a commercial offer. We also managed to work to integrate such effort in the AWS marketplace. And again, for that, we got another CCE Global Award, which we're very proud. So indeed, we are leading. I think we lead in the market, especially towards enterprises. There's a big interest for that. So quantum safe is relevant, is becoming very relevant on our business. IoT is no longer new, but it's picking up volume. It took a while for us to get into the value chain of IoT, which is, of course, very different than the value chain of regular human-based connectivity. But now I think we found the right partnership to enter into the value chain of IoT, so the volumes are picking up. And the brand new offer we have is around eSIM for travels. So the approach whereby, since most of the new phones, I would say all the new phones, are now equipped with the eSIM capability, then we are ready and available to provide very interesting data packages around the globe based on our extensive coverage of roaming agreements. And you may have seen the launch of this combined initiative with Emirates, whereby Emirate customers can activate a Sparkle eSIM in their travel abroad. So that sort of combination, again, is another value chain. Is not the traditional value chain, wholesale carrier-to-carrier value chain. Is a value chain deployed with new enterprise and business partners. And we're very proud of this as well.
Thank you so much, Enrico, for this insightful update and how Sparkle is deploying the right next generation technologies and best practices to enhance further the customer experience. Now, looking at the global connectivity today, and Sparkle is one of the key players that launched or launching new projects within this ecosystem. Where do you see the most significant opportunities for Sparkle in the next 12 to 24 months? Or are there any more emerging markets and technologies or even strategic partnership that are particularly exciting for your strategic company growth?
Well, in terms of, let me say, challenges and opportunities for the overall market, I repeat myself, but the more we go along, the more I'm convinced that the resilience of the network remains one of the key essential, let me say, requirements that we get from customers. So the more the volume of the traffic grows, and again, we see that, we take that for granted, although it's not, but it is. So on one hand, we still see traffic doubling in volume every 3 years. But the matter is not just more infrastructure for more traffic. The point is more resilience of the network. And resilience at the infrastructure level means new routes. There's no way around it, okay? We need to find new routes, which means that most likely some of the new routes will be hybrid terrestrial and submarine, because of course the submarine only routes are somehow driven and constrained by geography. You may have heard of very recent, last weekend, cable cuts in the Gulf of Aden. 4 cables have been cut in a matter of around 2-3 hours, suggesting that there was maybe one single, let me say, actor going through the cable with some sort of issue. 4 cable cut in the Gulf of Aden is another big hit for the overall connectivity worldwide. We know how critical that region is. 1 year ago, just about, we had multiple cable cuts in the Red Sea. So again, this calls for alternative routes and more resilience. So in all our initiative, as I mentioned, Manta, GreenMed, Blue Raman, of course, we always try to add the ingredient of alternative routes and resilience in building more capacity. So just more capacity on top of existing capacity is no longer interesting for us. Okay, so that I think remains the single key issue to be considered in building up new infrastructure.
Thank you so much for your perspective on the key strategic areas within the company to focus in the coming months ahead. And before we wrap up, Enrico, is there anything else you would like to share with the audience today about this upcoming initiatives or areas where you see the most significant, exciting potential for in the coming year ahead for growth?
Well, one topic that comes to mind is the new use we could make out of submarine cable. Okay, the discussion about using submarine cable as a sensor for natural event, earthquakes, in general, monitoring of the environment around the different parameters is it's becoming a reality. There are very relevant results being achieved. We have not yet deployed any smart cable per se, meaning a submarine cable equipped with a sensor. But we are doing an extensive use of the existing optical infrastructure to monitor events in Mediterranean in particular. And let me say we achieved very good results in monitoring seismic events. So that is becoming part of our basic offer. And in the future, we are considering the fact that the new cable will be deployed as a smart cable as such, so equipped with specific sensor for specific application. That's a new area of business. And as always, in the new area of business, you have to identify who the customer is, what is the business model, but it's a very relevant potential use. The second topic I would like to address is the initiative that the industrial sector is doing, is leading through GLF about driving and influencing the deployment of new infrastructure. I have the honor to chair GLF since a few months ago, and was a clear indication, a clear discussion that we need to address better the manufacturing, the marine operation capacity we have in deployment new infrastructure. There is an imbalance between the market requirements, the volume requirements, and the capacity of production and deployment of submarine cable. So we took an action as GLF board to, you may have seen, to publish a white paper and to be follow up with actions. That's a very collective initiative that the telcos want to do. It's relevant. It's a very relevant part of our future. So I want to take this opportunity to mention that as well.
Thank you, Enrico, for all these insightful updates that you shared with us today. Thank you for your time, and it has been a great pleasure and honor once again to have you as our special guest. And also it's always inspiring to hear more about Sparkle's forward-looking approaches and commitment to digital transformation. And we at Carrier Community very thankful for the partnership with Sparkle for many years now, and also for being part of your successful journey ahead, and looking very much forward to our next episode of Executive Interview in hopefully 12 months time, and hearing more exciting news from the world of Sparkle. So thank you once again, Enrico, for being today with us.
Thank you, Vida. Thank you to Carrier Community. We are very happy of the partnership, and thank you for this opportunity again.